All right, Tuesday morning. I survived one wild night. Did not know that the weather advisory had issued National Weather Service has issued a weather advisory Monday evening around 4 o'clock for this part of the North Carolina mountain range, Asheville north. Gusty winds averaging 20 to 30 with gusts up to 50. Well, at midnight I had 10. At 1 a.m. I had at least 20. 2 a.m. 30. And sometimes 40-mile-an-hour gusts. And by 4 a.m. I didn't know whether to try to tear down the tent and go then or ride it out. I had total darkness and 50 and 60-mile-an-hour winds on top of that elevation up there. I thought maybe I put my tent on a Indian burial ground or something for a while, because it was just, the tent survived, I survived, no harm, no foul. It did get very, very cold. Not cold, I mean, down in the 40s. The sleeping bag worked beautifully. I was snug as a bug in a rug, listening to the wind howl. An awake bug, not a sleeping bug, but a bug no less, very snug. If you get my point. I hope you can see some of this beautiful countryside. Don't know how much battery or memory I have in this segment, but I'm going to ride down here to warmer climate and find some civilized coffee. And I did not try to, still was pretty gusty. At daylight I'd say 30 mile an hour. I did not get the tent in the original bag. I got it in my waterproof bags and on the bike, but that's about all you could say for that. And I've got my heated grips on high just to warm my hands back up from tearing down camp. Note to self, pack a pair of light work gloves for around the campsite. But wow, what a fun night. I'll get some sleep tonight and laugh about it later, but that cot worked beautiful. Coleman for $60 makes a great little tent. Everything held together. I was sitting there thinking about how in the world I'm going to get the rain fly back on it at 2 a.m. in the dark when the wind rips it off, but never wiggled. It was a great campsite selection. I got very lucky with that, and enjoyed it very much. Oh, that's probably bathrooms right there. Camp office. Linnville Gorge. Hello. Oh my goodness. About midnight. I guess they issued it at 4 yesterday. I didn't know anything about it. Travis looked at the radar, was looking at rain, but he didn't look at that. I mean, about midnight I had 10 to 20. 1 a.m. I had 20 to 30. 2 a.m. I had 30 to 40. And at 4 a.m. I'm seriously thinking about how in the world could I get everything in these bags and back on my bike in the dark at 60-mile-an-hour winds. I'm not kidding you. I had to pee, and luckily I had my welcome mat, so I just step right outside the tent and just pee off the end of the welcome mat. And it was getting cooler, but by morning now it was well down in the 40s. My sleeping bag kept me snug as a bug, wide awake bug, but snug. And anyway, I fell asleep somewhere between 5 a.m. and 6:15. I got another hour. So luckily I slept from the time we hung up till like 12:45. Slept really good. And maybe I'm back to pavement. But anyway, that wind, I thought, man, what is going to happen here? I thought at first first couple hours I put my tent on the Indian burial ground. I was like, because it was possessive sounding. I mean, it wasn't just like a wind and a wind and a wind. It was like you could hear the wind coming down the road, and it would go by you, and you could hear the trees, and then you hear the trees where you're at, and then you hear the trees on up the hill, and then another one swirling, and that little tent, I was just like, well, I wonder if that rain fly is going to come off. I'm going to have to go chase it tonight. I left my little bitty camp chair out. That was the only thing I left out, and it was still laying right there. But when I got up to pee at 12:45 and again at 3, I had a little bitty squirt again at 3. I was like, good grief, I got to pee again. Stepped out there, and trying to find my directions here. When I stepped out there to pee the second time, the flames had come back up on the bigger log. The wind had whipped the coals into a little flame again, you know. It was really, really cool. Well, it was in the rocks and everything. Everything around it was wet, you know. Well, just it sounds so magnified laying there in a tent in the dark. And I mean, it was howling. I think I took a little film with my phone later in the dark. Hello? Are you there? Good national forest. right, a little U-turn for Bear and Big Tuna. I think I went the wrong way to get to the BRP, and we're gonna see. Let's let the big scooter slide. Might be some ice this morning, it was that cold. Breathe it every now and then. Oh, let her slide. Slide on in. Around this turn. Get some tire heat in it. Get some heat in the old knobbies. The High Now K60s are just a beautiful 50/50 tire. Other than a little front noise, a little singing front tire. You can probably hear it on the video now and then. Sometimes it sings "Lady." Anyway, it's a singing tread pattern. It's a tread pattern, no less. Linnville, glowing rock. Very nice. Look at that house up there. Beautiful property. Cabin down below. That lady's making me mad this morning. I don't want to do that. Parkview Lodge, Budweiser. Parkview Lodge. I could have stayed there last night. What the heck? Blue Ridge Parkway ahead. Yes, sir. I see it. Right there's the old bridge for it. Go to the falls. Everybody says I gotta see the falls. I'm going to the falls. Hey Siri, dial Angela. There's the Linnville River. That must lead to Linnville Falls. Let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Picnic area. Linnville Falls Visitor Center. Bend overlook. Oh man, was that pretty. There's a campground, could have stayed there last night. Bathrooms and showers and everything. Linnville Falls Visitor Center. There you are. And I had no service. Going through some mountains. Huh? Yeah. It's so much calmer right now. But I mean, there's still some wind, but nothing like last night. I'm riding Jarrett. Okay, let me catch you up to speed here real quick while we got a signal. According to what now? Yeah, until 4 this afternoon or something. I'm going back to Linnville Falls. I had to go down and around the other side of the river where the actual falls are. I was camping in Linnville Gorge. I'm looking up at the ridge where I camp now. But I got the camera on, so hopefully the video gets a little of it. I videoed coming into the campground yesterday in the rain. But Jerry on Facebook that I work with, Jerry Nelson, said go see the falls while you're here. So there's a visitor center. I don't hope they have a little hot cup of coffee. And I'll take a look at the falls, see if I can get a picture or two. I wish you were with me. You would have been cold last night and scared and horny, but that was a chance I would have taken. No, that was not fun last night. And then, like a dummy, I took my corksicle. I probably had about 2 or 3 inches of cold water left in it, and I set it in by my cot. And I thought, well, if I get a dry mouth at night and a little sip or something, I'll have it. Well, it looks like the visitor center is closed. Wonder how far the walk is up to the falls. If you can see it right around here, I'll take a quick walk and see. There's some ranger parking. What if you drove an S10? Oh, they mean like Smoky Bear. I got it. Alright, let me shut this big beast of a bike off. And I mean beast. I love this thing. I absolutely love it. Alright. Excuse me. Can you hear me all right? Got last night's soup trash can. I'll get rid of that litter. There's a litter container, as a good camper would do. There's a little view of the river. I don't know what there's going to be to see from this side. The river's slow and slow, and I'll go up here to the visitor center that looks closed permanently. Flagpole's blanging. Are you still there? Okay, you were fine. What's going on? Oh, I didn't know if there's something you wanted to tell me. Okay. put up a little map like where the falls are. I bet it's a hike somewhere to see it. I didn't come here to hike. I did enough. Oh, there they are. It's just little rapids. No, I'm just kidding. It is beautiful here. I'll send you a picture. Wow. Wonder what this says, Linnville Falls. There's a trail going way, way up a hill. I should just ride my bike since they're closed. I can just ride all the way up there and look at it right. I'll send you and Travis these pics. Could not connect right now. Try again later. I bet I have such a weak signal that the phone is tying it all up, you know. But okay, folks. Not going to make the hike today to Linnville Falls. I might ride the motorcycle right up through here and go since the ranger office is closed. They're probably watching on a camera somewhere. I could get up there and get back maybe. Nope, I mean it's big wide and there's nobody walking. I don't think they'd say anything. What are they gonna do? Give me a ticket? They had a chain across it. I'm looking up here. It rained the first time. It was a beautiful night. I enjoyed that fire as long as I could, and I thought, well, it's dark and I'm bored. I'm going to go sleep. I got up early. I was tired, you know. Then when I was laying there talking to you, I was really cozy, getting warm in that sleeping bag. Next thing you know, I'm out, you know.